Welcome back to part 2 of the Ski Fitness program. I'm Craig McLean, and in this program I'm going to talk to you about strength of the lower extremity and control of the core stabilizing muscles, specifically focusing in on the muscles you need to be super strong and powerful for skiing. So let's get started with the first exercise. The first exercise is going to be a lunge, and there's going to be an added twist with the lunge. Let me show you. Now the lunge again is just a simple movement of 1 foot forward, coming down, making sure you keep the knee behind the ankle at all times, okay? Coming back up again. This is just a forward lunge, down, dropping down, keeping that angle at 90 degrees, coming back up again. Really good idea to keep it nice and dynamic. Doing 10 of those either side. And then stop. Now the next variation to the lunge involves a rotation during the lunge process. It's a rotation of the torso. So just follow me, go into a normal lunge, arms out straight and rotate, and coming back again. Again, lunge, arms out straight and rotate, and lunge and rotate. And just repeat that again, 10 either side. This exercise is called a lateral or a side jump, and it's probably the most important exercise you'll do to prepare your body for skiing. Let me just show you exactly how it works. Come off to the side here, and down into a really dynamic skiing position, as if you can imagine yourself skiing down the mountain, okay? And literally what we're going to do is jump with a two-legged jump, laterally or sideways over this way, and just watch me do that. Now there's a few things to think about as you're doing this exercise, okay? Just side to side, you want to be keeping, first of all, the leg symmetry there, okay? Making sure you don't kind of collapse the knees one way or the other, just so that's nice and dynamic. The other thing to think about is that you don't collapse your core at the same time, okay? So again, you don't want to be collapsing down like that, because that's going to lead to very poor habits when skiing. And the last thing to think about, on top of leg symmetry and core strength, is ankle flex, okay? Literally, it's a really good way to try and improve on that ankle flex to a degree as well. Really get down into the ankles, and up you come, and come down on it again, nice and controlled. I don't want to see you sit back like this. And those of you that have limited ankle flexion may be forced into the back seat. The next exercise is called the plank. Roll out your yoga mat and get down into the all-fours position. And you've probably done this 100 times before, I hope, but it's a really good one for core strength and shoulder strength. So get yourself down onto your elbows, 90 degrees with the elbows, and just come up onto your toes like that, and try and make sure that your bum isn't sticking too much into the air and you're just holding into that position there. Now let's start off with 15 seconds in this position, but ideally you want to be in this position for over a minute. Now the next exercise is a side plank. Get yourself into a position where you're resting on your elbow like this, body out nice and straight, make sure you're not too twisted one way or the other, get yourself nice and straight and lift yourself up into a side position. Again, try and keep things nice and straight and hold that position again at the start, 15 seconds, and then go for a minute or more once you get better at it. So once you've finished on this side, then come down, and it's important that we do it on the other side as well, holding that one for 15 to 60 seconds depending on how comfortable you are. So this exercise is called one-legged bridge with hip extension. Roll down onto your back. Get your feet nice and flat to the ground, palms facing up. And literally what we're going to do is we're going to put ourselves into a bridge, get your feet nice and secure underneath you there, and then lift that one leg up in the air. Okay, this is a great exercise for gluteal strength and hamstring strength and core stability. Okay, the idea of the exercise is to hold it up there for, again, 15 seconds at a time. But really push it out to a minute or more if you feel comfortable. To take it to a more advanced level, cross your arms over your body like this so you don't have the stability of your arms or palms on the ground. And again, lift your leg right up in the air. If you feel as though your hamstring wants to cramp a little bit while you're doing this exercise, simply stop and change over to the other side. That's the one-legged bridge with hip extension. So the next exercise is a squat with a shoulder press, a one-arm shoulder press. Get yourself into the squat position, just bending down, hanging on to your dumbbell. This is reasonably light for me, you might like to go a little bit heavier if you want to. Don't let it pull yourself off too far to one side. Literally getting down into that squat position and then quite dynamically come up and allow your body to rotate slightly. Again, so coming down again, up and rotate, and again do that 10 times this side, and then repeat on the other side, coming down, up and across. Great exercise for gluteal strength, leg power, and an added benefit of core strength. The next exercise is a one-legged squat with a toe touch. So it's reasonably tricky, this one. You need to be starting the exercise off on one leg and literally bending down with the dumbbell in the opposite hand to touch the opposite foot. Keep your back nice and straight and then come all the way up again and straight up in the air. Repeat that 10 times each side. Stand on one leg and down you go to the toe touch again, and again come up and straight up in the air. Remember to repeat this 10 times each side. Do 3 sets. This exercise is the squat. Now the squat can be done in many different ways, but I've got 3 variations here which I think are the most effective at waking up the old quadricep muscles and the lower extremity muscles, especially the ones that are required for some really powerful skiing. Okay? So I like to use the exercise ball, or fit ball, up against the wall, and literally using, like leaning up against the wall, you kind of have your body at a little bit of an angle leaning up against the wall. And you're literally rolling the ball up and down the wall. It's a reasonably easy concept. Up and down, going all the way down to sort of 90 degrees, making sure that your knee doesn't cross over your ankle. And you're literally just sort of dropping yourself right down into a real natural squat. Okay? So repeat that 10 times, do 3 sets of this exercise. Now, the second variation to the squat is where you just take one leg up off the ground. We're turning it into a one-legged squat, still leaving the ball on our back up against the wall. And there you go, you go down into the one-legged squat. You can really feel it burn into the quadricep muscle there. Do 10 sets of this repetition, and then cross over and do 10 sets on the other side. Okay. You might find it's really difficult to get too far down. If you can't get very far down, then just sort of do like almost like a half squat. Okay. And there we go, a nice variation to the squat. Now, to add even further complications to the matter, and really to stimulate those proprioceptive muscles of the lower limb, they're the ones that basically tell you where your body is in space, is to stand on a wobble board while doing the one-legged squat. Let's see if I can do this. Very unstable as you come all the way down, and then coming all the way back up again. You can see how my ankle's really being challenged in the process of this, but it's really making myself work hard through that quadricep muscle again. Just to show you from the other side, stand on the wobble board, and there we go, go down again, and back up again, down and up. Your legs will be burning by the end of it, but it's a great way to really wake up those skiing muscles. So that concludes part 2 of the ski fitness program. So the program's obviously been made up of flexibility training, strength training, but I haven't covered a third, and probably the most important part of the whole training, which is cardiovascular training. Now, my preference with cardiovascular training for skiing is cycling. It can be mountain biking, it can be road biking, but there is such a crossover with cycling and skiing. It essentially allows you to be ready on day 1 to ski a full day of skiing. So get yourself either into a spin class, a local cycling club, buy yourself a really nice fancy road bike, and hit those roads hard in the months when you're not skiing. I'd like to thank Charlie from Pure Powder for helping us out with putting together this video. I'd also like to thank Warren Smith from the Warren Smith Ski Academy. Some of the exercises you've seen today were featured in the Academy program, and I can highly recommend it to any of the skiers out there who want to develop their progression from an intermediate level to advanced and beyond. So for more information about skiing or spinal health and flexibility, go to my website putneychiropractic.co.uk. It's our private chiropractic practice website, but it has a big section on winter sports. You'll be able to download all these videos from that section of the website, but also print out some of these exercises that you actually take to the gym as a hard copy. Thanks for joining us in this ski fitness program. I can't wait to get out there skiing myself this season, and I hope your body is really ready as a result of the work we've done today. Thanks very much.